Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man wala. Then first, then the word tas'aluhu, I just happened to be looking at it last night, just reading over what we're going to do today and reading over what we did yesterday, and forgot that I was even going to look up tas'aluhu. But upon the fresh eyes, right, not trying to break down every word by word, because sometimes when I get, looking at word for word and all that, it doesn't make sense until you step back. So it says, وَبَعْدُ النَّاسِ تَسْأَلُهُ, meaning, and some of the people, you ask him, مَا مَعْنَى لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ, what's the meaning of لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ? يَقُولُ La mawjuda illallah. He will say, or he says, there's nothing that exists except Allah. So tas'aluhu is you ask him. So we got to remember that this is speech of the sheikh. Some people you ask him. Some people you ask him, what is the meaning of La ilaha illallah? He'll say, nothing exists except Allah. That's
some people you ask him.
Yeah, it's like a comma. If I say some people, if you ask him what is this, but you would say in English if you ask them.
No.
Right? But here he's saying some people, right? And then he stops, like pauses. If you ask him who is this, he will say. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's speech. It's not something that was written and refined in its presentation.
So it's tas'aluhu.
Tas'aluhu, no. Some people, if you ask him, meaning some people are like this. If you ask him or ask one of them, what's the meaning of La ilaha illallah? He will say, there's nothing that exists except Allah. Remember, like I said, it's just him talking, and so he's going to have those little inconsistencies in speech. He says, after going through some detail explaining what that means, he returns to the speech of Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, where he says, La ilaha nafiyan jami'a ma yu'badu min dunillah. La ilaha, negating, nafiyan, negating, jami'a, negating what? All, ma yu'badu, jami'a, maf'ulun bihi, negating all, ma yu'badu min dunillah, all of what is worshipped. What is worshipped? Not ya'budu, he worships, but yu'badu, is worshipped. Right? Is worshipped. This is passive or majhul. Jami'a ma yu'badu min dunillah, from other than Allah. Right? Everything that is worshipped other than Allah. We won't necessarily say from, but everything is worshipped other than Allah. Illallah, muthbitan, affirming, al-ibadata, affirming what? Al-ibadata lillahi wahdahu, affirming ibadah for Allah alone. Right? La ilaha illallah, nafiyan, Jami'a ma yu'badu min dunillah, negating everything which is worshipped other than Allah. Illallah, muthbitan al-ibadata lillahi wahdahu, affirming or establishing, right? From thabata, to be firm or to be established and well grounded. Al-ibadata lillahi wahdahu, to establish or to be affirming ibadah, worship for Allah alone. Is that clear?
No.
La sharika lah. This is Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab. Remember, the bold is the speech of Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab rahimahullah. La sharika lah fi ibadatihi kama annahu laysa lahu sharikun fi mulkihi. La sharikun. He has no partner. Or la sharika.
Good.
La sharika, as we said, when you put the fatha there, then it is negating everything. No possibility other than that, right? La sharika lahu fi ibadatihi. He has no partner in his worship. He has no partner. There is no partner for him. There is no partner for him. There is no partner for him fi ibadatihi, in his worship. Kama, just as annahu, that he laysa lahu sharikun, that he has no partner fi mulkihi, in his ownership, in his ownership. In his mulk is his ownership or sovereignty, however you want to translate it, right? So just as he has no partner in his mulk, in his owning and controlling everything, laysa lahu sharik. He doesn't have any partner fi ibadah, in worship either, right? As we always say, ar-rububiyyah leads to al-uluhiyyah. La ilaha illallah indana nafyun wa ithbat. La ilaha illallah with us, nafyun wal ithbat. It has with us is a negation and an affirmation. Nafyun wa ithbat. Negation and affirmation. La ilaha.
That's a shadow over the
Nafyun. No, there's no shit. This is sukoon.
Oh, okay.
Nafyun.
You sound like you're saying nafyun.
Yeah, nafyun.
No, I'm saying nafyun. That's what it sounded like. That's what I was asking. Nafyun.
La ilaha يعني ما في. And this is confusing here. If it seems as if he changed his phrase up. ما في ولا مألو. If he said ما في مألو or ولا مألو, that makes sense. So it seems like ما في and then ولا مألو. Ma'lu is taken from ilah, right? Ilah, like la ilaha, right? It's taken from there. And it's on the form of maf'ul. Maf'ul. So if we say ilah, and if we say fa'ala, the maf'ul, right? We can see where we added a waw and a meme. We do the same thing. Ma'lu. Meaning the object. There is no object that is worshipped. Right? And that's what we say. Ilah. Ilah. Because actually it is originally ilah. And that's why we write this little dagger aleph. Ilah. Right? Because it's originally with an aleph there. Ilah. And then it became ilah. Like this. It can be written both ways though. Right? It means something which is worshipped. The meaning of ilah is ma'lu. Wala ma'lu. No, ma fi ma'lu. Wala ma'lu. There is no object of worship. There's nothing taken as a god. There's nothing taken to be a god. Right? Wallam, and it means here the la, right? The lam, but it means walla here. Walla, the la, nafiyatun lil jins. It negates the jins here is like the genre, right? The genre. It negates all types. It negates the type. There's nothing. There's no God. There's none. The entire genre is wiped out. Ma fi ahadun fil kawn. Huh?
Pronounce that again. Lil gents.
Little gents.
Lil gents.
No. Ma fi ahadun fil kawni ma'lu. Ma fi ahadin. Ma fi means like, it's like a slang word. Ma fi, meaning there isn't any, right? It's a slang thing. Ma fi ahadun. There's not anyone. Fil kawn, in the universe. We said kawn is the universe, something that exists, right? In the universe, ma'lu. Ma'lu. When we say la ilaha illallah, we say ma fi ahadun fil khawni mahlu. There's nothing, there's no one in the universe which is ma'lu, which is taken as a god, which becomes the object of like being a god. Nothing that is taken as a god. Thumma tuthbit taqul illallah. Then you establish. Tuthbit. Tuthbitu. Tuthbitu. Then you establish. Taqulu. You say illallah. Right? So basically what he's saying is when you say la ilaha, you are saying la ma'lu. Ma fi ahadin fil kawni ma'lu. There is nothing that is taken as a god. There is no god. There is nothing that is the object of worship. In the whole universe, there is no object of worship or taking as an object of worship or taken as a god illallah, except Allah. We don't want to say worship because that's ma'bud. Ma'lu, there's nothing taken as a god. There's nothing taken as a god. Illallah, except Allah. After you negate all taking anything as an ilah, which we know al-ma'lu is the meaning of ma'bud, has the meaning of something that you worship. Illallah. ثم تثبت تقول إلى الله. Then you establish and you say illallah. First you negate everything. Then you establish for Allah alone. فلا بد من هذين الأمرين. So no doubt. فلا بد. So no doubt. من هذين الأمرين. So no doubt, basically you must have these two affairs. Nafyun wa ithbat. Negation and affirmation. And nafyu lil jins. Li jami' nafyu and nafyu, the negation, lil jins, for the genre, for the type, for the whole category basically. Li jami'i anwa'i al ma'budat wa ma'luhat. Li jami'i, for all. This li is for jami'i, all, anwa'i, types, al-ma'budat, all types of things which are worshipped, wa ma'luhat, and things which are taken as gods. Right? Ma'lu, something taken as a god. Ma'bud, something worshipped. Ma'lu, something taken as an ilah. Ma'luhat is plural. Right? ثم تقول, then you say إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله نافيا العبادة لغير الله. La ilaha illallah is negating ibadah, negating worship for other than Allah. Any questions? وحده وحده هذه حال. This is a condition. وحده, this is a condition. معناه منفردا. Its meaning منفردا, meaning from fa, ra, dal, right? Meaning individual. Munfaridan here meaning individually or alone. Walaysa ta'keed, and it is not a emphasis. For when we say La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah, he's saying here we're not emphasizing illallah when we say wahdahu. Basically we're saying this is a condition. How is Allah? He is by himself. He is alone. We're not just emphasizing the individual. We're not just emphasizing that it's only him. Rather, we're showing the condition that it's only him by himself. And it's a technical concept. هذه جملة مستقلة. Huh?
Go back to Laysa.
وليست تأكيدا.
Okay, it's Walaysat. Okay, because you said Walaysa last time.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. وليست تأكيدا. Here, all these lines are here. It should be like that. تأكيدا. وليست تأكيدا. And it's not a ta'keed. It's not an emphasis. So he says, هذه جملة مستقلة. هذه جملة مستقلة. This is a sentence مستقلة. مستقلة is from qaf lam. This is form 10, meaning a separate sentence. This is a separate sentence. This is a whole new phrase here. وحده لا شريك له is a whole new phrase. لا شريك له في عبادته. He has no partner in his worship. كما أنه ليس له شريك في ملكه, just as that he has no partner in his ownership or sovereignty. يعني مثل ما أنك تقر بأن الذي يدبر الكون هو الله وحده, كذلك لا يستحق العبادة إلا الله وحده. يعني meaning مثل like ما أنك تقر. I want to say that this was originally, and Allah knows best, ma'a. Right? Ma'a. Meaning along with or just like. Ma'a meaning with. Annaka, you, that you, tuqirru. Tuqirru from qaf ra. Qaf ra. Meaning to confirm or to agree, right? To affirm, to confirm, to agree. بأن الذي يدبر الكون, that you agree with that the one yudabbiru shadda on the ba, the one who takes care of the affairs, from dabbara mudabbiru tadbiran, like this, This is the one who takes care of affairs, the one who manages and arranges things, manages things. Yudabbir al-Kawn, the one who arranges the affairs of the universe. Huwa Allahu wahdahu, he is Allah alone, he is by himself. Kadhalika, likewise, la yastahiqqul ibadatu, or la yastahiqqul ibadata, then he is not worthy of worship. Illallah wahdahu, except Allah alone, the one who is worthy of worship. So like we said, this ma seems to be, it should be ma'a, meaning the ma'a here means with, but it means with the fact that you establish, you agree that the one who will manage the affairs of the universe, he is Allah alone. كَذَلِكَ لَا يَسْتَحِقُّ الْإِبَادَةَ إِلَّا اللَّهُ وَحْدَهُ. Likewise, there is nothing that is deserving of this ibadah إِلَّا اللَّهُ وَحْدَهُ, alone. But ma, if it's really ma the way it's written here, I don't understand it. Mithlu ma, because it would be ma like what, or it could be ma of a negation. So if it's ma like,
does it mean what you surely agree, something like that? And what you surely to cover agree.
It's tuqirru awalan, tuqirru, but just for your help, but
what you surely agree.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, but I mean, ma annaka. It does. I mean, if it says ma, then you can replace it, for instance, with like ma al-mawsula, because it's going to be ma al-mawsula, the ma which connects something, right? So we can replace that with alladhi, just to see what happens. Ma مثل الذي أنك تقر بأن الذي يدبر الكون. It could be, but I don't know. But ma'a with a ayn, ma'a, it means like along or with, along with the fact that you are establishing that the one who arranges the affairs of the universe, he is Allah alone. Then likewise, nothing is deserving of ibadah except Allah alone. Allahu alam. If you say ma is written there, and you want to say that like the one or like what, because we're not going to talk about Allah. Allah knows best is ma. I don't know. Mithlu ma, unless it should be together. I don't know. Either way it goes, if you say mithlu, like what you are affirming that the one who, Allah knows best. The sentence is clear. Allah knows best, even with that word being unclear. At least to me it is. But I don't know. I think that's ma'a. We can ask somebody. We could ask the Sheikh, inshallah ta'ala. We ask Sheikh Abdul Muslim al-Qasim himself, inshallah ta'ala, if we get the ability. Right? Okay. So هذه جملة مستقلة لا شريك له في عبادته. So he's saying, first off, لا إله إلا الله is نفي وإثبات. نفي وإثبات. نفي لكل مألوه لكل معبود إثبات إلا الله لله وحده lillah. So you negate everything that is taken as a god or taken as something that is worshipped, and then you affirm illallah. Wahdahu is a hal, is a condition, his condition, right? Meaning alone, by himself. And it is not a emphasis here. Rather, it's a condition, how he is. He is by himself. Right? You are not confirming that he's alone. Rather, we are saying he is alone. That is his condition. هذه جملة مستقلة. This is a separate sentence. لا شريك له في عبادته. He has no partner. There is no partner for him. لا شريك له. There is no partner for him في عبادته, in his worship. كما, just like أنه ليس له شريك في ملكه. Just like that for him, or that he has no partner in his sovereignty. يعني, meaning مثل ما أنك تقر بأن الذي يدبر الكون هو الله وحده. Just as you established or affirm that the one who manages the affairs of the universe is Allah, he is alone, he is by himself. كذلك لا يستحق العبادة إلا الله وحده. Likewise, there is nothing that there's no one that is deserving of ibadah except Allah, who is alone by himself. فهنا الشيخ. So here the Shaykh يقرب التوحيد الربوبية لتوحيد الألوهية. Here he brought them together. يقرب, right? يقرب, he brought them close. He brought them together. He made them from the word qarraba, right? Qaraba, qaf raba. يقرب. He brought them close. Tawheed al-Rububiyyah li Tawheed al-Uluhiyyah. He brought the Rububiyyah close to the Uluhiyyah. He made them connected, right? هذا وهذا منهج القرآن. And this is a Quranic methodology. And this is the Quranic methodology. Al-Qur'ani here is an adjective. وهذا المنهج القرآني. And this is the Quranic methodology, right? Not the methodology of the Quran. It's not mudaf ilay. Rather, Qur'ani is an adjective. Al-Qur'ani, al-minhaj al-Qur'ani. Any questions?
لا.
Let's see here. Let's go down. So we'll start here, inshallah ta'ala, and scroll down. Fadl Abdullah.
لا إله نافيا جميع ما يعبد من دون الله إلا الله مثبي العبادة الله وحده لا شريك له في عبادته. كما أنه ليس له شريك في ملكه. لا إله إلا الله عندنا نفي وإثبات. لا إله يعني بسرطان ما في ولا معلو واللام or wallam. Which one? Don't make a difference.
It's talking about the lamb, but it should be wala, and Allah knows best.
Okay,
Because where's a lamb at except in la, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't call this, you never call this lamb. You say wala.
Okay, wala. نافية جنس ما في أحد في الكون مخلوق ثم تثبت يقول إلا الله فلا بد من هذين الأمرين نفي وإثبات. النفي للجنس لجميع أنواع المعبودات والمألوهات ثم يقول إلا الله لا إله إلا الله نافي العبادة لغير الله وحده. هذه هل معناه منفردا okay. منفردا وليست تأكيدا. هذه جملة مستقلة لا شريك له في عبادته كما أنه ليس له شريك في ملكه يعني مثل مع أنك يقر بأن الذي يدبر الكون هو الله وحده.
هو الله وحده.
هو الله وحده. كذلك لا يستحق العبادة إلا الله وحده. فهنا الشرك يقرب فهنا الشيخ يقرب توحيد الربوبية لتوحيد الألوهية. وهذا منهج القرآن.
Say this word right here.
كذلك.
Even though we don't write that.
Yeah. كذلك.
يلا يا أبا سمية.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. لا إله نافيا ما يعبد من دون الله إلا الله مثبتا العبادة لله وحده لا شريك له في عبادته كما أنه ليس له شريك في الملك. لا إله إلا الله عندنا نفي وإثبات. لا إله يعني ما في ولا محل واللام واللا نافية للجنس ما في أحد في الكون محلول. ثم تثبت تقول إلا الله فلا بد من هذين الأمرين نافي وإثبات. النافي للجنس بجميع أنواع معبودات والمعلومات ثم تقول إلا الله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله نافيا العبادة لغير الله وحده. هذه حالة معناه منفردة وليست التوكيد. هذه جملة مستقلة لا شريك له في عبادته، كما أنه ليس له شريك في الملك. يعني مثل ما أنك تقر بأن الذي يدبر الكون هو الله وحده، كذلك لا يستحق عبادة إلا الله واحد، إلى الله وحده.
نعم.
فهنا الشيخ يقرب توحيد الربوبية بتوحيد الألوهية، وهذا منهج القرآن.
Now, look at this word.
I have a question. In this one, in this place, I noticed from here, musbitan al-ibadah. What is this mudaf ilay or mawsuf wasif?
Muthbitan is the hal. La ilaha muthbitan. But it's a masdar, right? It's a masdar. Muthbit, it's the masdar. But here is the hal. Muthbitan is your hal or your condition. So you're saying La ilaha, affirming. How are you saying that? How are you saying illallah? You're saying that illallah. You're saying that affirming. Affirming what? Ibadah. Ibadah is maf'ulun bihi. But because the masdar is the verbal noun, right?
Yeah. So it stands in place of a noun here. In place of a verb,
yes. A masdar is called a verbal noun. In English, a masdar is a verbal noun. So it has a meaning of a verb, but it is a noun. So, and there's a big discussion in this. But basically, you know, a good example, I love running. Running in this sentence is what? A noun or a verb? I love running.
It's a noun.
Yeah, it's a noun, right? Like I love cars. I can replace it with a clear noun. I love cars. But running can also be a verb. You can't do it without action, right? It's something that has action to it, right? Running, playing, jumping, spinning, whatever, right? So, so it has that. So, but the masdar has that action, and here it's a hal, right? So it can have a maf'ulun bihi, you know? It can have a maf'ulun bihi.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Here, yuqarribu.
Okay.
Yuqarribu. It says, فهنا الشيخ يقرب. As we said, it's to bring close.
Right.
Right. But right. So I'm talking about the word yuqarribu here. Without listening right now to the audio, it makes sense to say yuqarribu, and I can see the Sheikh saying it. However, there's another word, yuqarrinu, with a noon, which means he makes the comparison of a Tawheed al-Rububiyyah with Tawheed al-Rububiyyah, but I guess yuqarribu makes more sense. He brings them closer together, meaning he associates them with one another, right? So that makes more sense, right? Either way, it could be yuqarribu or yuqarrinu. Yuqarrinu could be, like we said, to make a comparison between them, right?
Yuqarrinu.
Yuqarrinu, yeah, with a noon. It could be that. But here, yuqarribu definitely makes sense. But just when I was reading it, it's like, I don't know, could it be yuqarrinu? Because yuqarrin means to make a comparison. But he's not really comparing anything here. Rather, he's bringing them close to one another, saying that if you have this one, you're going to have that one. He's making them companions. He's making them companions. You can't have this one without having that. You can't be a friend with so-and-so without having his friend as your friend as well, right? Okay, so he says, وَتَفْسِيرُهَا, meaning its explanation, the meaning of La ilaha illallah, wahdahu la sharika lahu fi ibadatihi, right, all of that. وَتَفْسِيرُهَا الَّذِي يُوَضِّحُهَا قَوْلُهُ تَعَالَى. وَتَفْسِيرُهَا, and its explanation, from فَسَّرَ يُفَسِّرُ. فَسَّرَ يُفَسِّرُ, form 2, fa sin ra, form 2. فَسَّرَ يُفَسِّرُ تَفْسِير. الَّذِي, and its explanation, which, الَّذِي, which, يُوَضِّحُهَا, from وَضَّحَ يُوَضِّحُ تَوْضِيحًا, right? Or tawdih, from waw, dad, ha. Here again, form 2, yuwaddihuha, right? Yuwaddihuha, which clarifies it, from wadih. Waddaha, meaning to make something clear. Waddaha, form 2, to make something clear, which clarifies it. Qawluhu ta'ala, is his statement, the Most High. In its tafsir, which clarifies it, is his statement, the Most High. وَإِذَا قَالَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ لِأَبِيهِ وَقَوْمِهِ إِنَّنِي بَرَاءٌ مِّمَّا تَعْبُدُونَ. وَإِذْ, and it's like وَذْكُرْ, and remember, when Ibrahim said, Ibrahim is the fa'il, he's the doer here, marfu'. When Ibrahim said, li, to, abihi, ab is majroor with a ya here, from the asma al-khamsa. He said to his father, wa qawmihi, wa li qawmihi, and to his people. Qawm is his people, his I don't know, you want to say clan, the people where he's from, his people. إِذْ قَالَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ لِأَبِيهِ وَقَوْمِهِ, and when Ibrahim said to his father and his people, إِنَّنِي, verily I, bara'un, I am free, bara'un, from, when we have the word al-bara'atu min ash-shirk wa ahlihi, I am free, I am disassociated, mimma, from what, min plus ma, from what, ta'budun, from what you worship. I am free from whatever it is you worship. إِلَّا الَّذِي فَطَرَنِي فَإِنَّهُ سَيَهْدِينِ, except, so he said, here he gave a complete nafi. A complete nafi. I am free from whatever it is you worship. إِلَّا الَّذِي فَطَرَنِي, except the one who created me. Fatara means to fashion. Here, basically with the meaning of khalaqani, right? Except the one who created me. فَإِنَّهُ, for verily he, sayahdeen. Sa here is in the future. Yahdi, guide. Yahdini, This was originally yahdini. And this kasra here is showing our ya there, right? This is taking the place of our ya. Say yahdini. So verily he will guide me. وَجَعَلَهَا, and he made it. He made his statement. It here, جَعَلَهَا, is basically إِنَّنِي بَرِيءٌ مِّمَّا تَعْبُدُونَ إِلَّا الَّذِي فَطَرَنِي فَإِنَّهُ سَيَهْدِينِ. That's what he made. جَعَلَهَا كَلِمَةً. He made it a word. But not just one word. He made it a statement. He made it a phrase. Baqiyat. He made it a word. What did he make it? He made it a word. Remember, we have ja'ala has two maf'ulun bihis. Right? Ja'ala has two maf'ulun bihis mostly. Ja'alaha. This is your first one. He made it. What did he make it? Kalimatan. He made it a word. Baqiyatan. From ba, qaf, ya, meaning remaining. A remaining word. A lasting word. This is an adjective. That little meme there is because we have a tanween followed by a ba. And a noon sakin followed by a ba turns it into a meme. So kalimatan baqiyatan. That's a tajweed rule though, right? He made it a lasting word. A word that will remain. Fi aqibihi, in his progeny. Aqib is the people who are coming after him. This here is called your aqib, your heel. It's what comes after you, right? It's the last part of you. Aqibihi, basically his progeny. That's what's going to come after him. لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْجِعُونَ. Perhaps they will return, meaning return to the worship of Allah Azza wa Jal, right? لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْجِعُونَ. Perhaps they will return to the worship of Allah Azza wa Jal. So he says, this ayat wa tafsiruha, in its explanation, alladhi yuwadihuha, which will clarify it, make it clear. Qawluhu ta'ala, is his statement the Most High. Wa idh qala Ibrahimu li abihi wa qawmihi, and when Ibrahim said to his father and his family, innani bara'un mimma ta'budun, verily I am free from whatever you worship. Illa alladhi fatarani, except the one who fashioned me or created me. فَإِنَّهُ سَيَهْدِينَ, for verily he will guide me. وَجَعَلَهَا كَلِمَةً بَاقِيَةً فِي عَقِبِهِ, and he made it a lasting word amongst his progeny. لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْجِعُونَ, perhaps they will. Perhaps لَعَلَّ is perhaps. لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْجِعُونَ, perhaps they will return. Clear?
No.
Yani, meaning, labud, no doubt, min tawheed, no doubt, from tawheed, ma'a nafi wal ithbat, with a negation and a affirmation. Basically, there has to, along with, from tawheed, along with a nafi wal ithbat, al bara'a. There has to be this al-bara'a. This has to be this freedom. Not only are we negating everything other than Allah and establishing only Allah, we must also have this al-bara'a. As we said in the beginning, he was explaining what is Islam, al-istislamu bit-tawheed, right? Wal-inqiyadu bitta'a wa al-bara'atu min ash-shirk wa ahlihi. So no doubt, min at-tawheed, from tawheed, ma'a nafi wal ithbat, along with the negation and the affirmation, al-bara'a, you have this freedom, this disassociation, where he says innani bara'un mimma ta'budun. And that's the what's on the next line on the next page. Inni bara'un mimma ta'budun. Verily I am free, I disassociated mimma from what ta'budun you worship. Clear?
No.
Let's read that. That way we can go to our page and not have to go back and forth, inshallah ta'ala. Go ahead, Abdullah.
وتفسيرها التي يوضحونها قوله تعالى فإذ قال إبراهيم لأبيه وقومه إنني براء مما تعبدون إلا الذي فطرني فإنه سيهدين وجعلها وكلمتان بعثية في آكبه لعلهم يرجعون يعني لابد من التوحيد مع النفي والإثبات البراءة إنني براء مما تعبدون تعبدون.
تفضل يا أبا سمية.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وتفسيرها الذي يوضحها قوله تعالى وإذ قال إبراهيم لأبيه وقومه إنني براء مما تعبدون إلا الذين فطرني فإنه سيهدين وجعلها كلمة بقية في آخره لعلهم يرجعون يعني لابد من توحيد مع النفي والإثبات البراءة
نعم.
إنني براء مما تعبدون.
نعم. طيب. He says, وقوله تعالى, in his statement, the Most High, قل يا أهل الكتاب تعالوا إلى كلمة سواء بيننا وبينكم ألا نعبد إلا الله ولا نشرك به شيئا ولا يتخذ بعضنا بعضا أربابا من دون الله فإن تولوا فقولوا أشهد بأننا مسلمون. He says in this ayah, قل, say, Ya Ahl al-Kitab, O people of the book. Ahla is mansoob because it is mudaf ilayh. Whenever you have ya or you're calling someone and it's mudaf ilayh, then the mudaf is going to be mansoob, right? Ya Ahl al-Kitab, O people of the book, ta'alaw. It's the plural of ta'al. Ta'al means come on. Ta'al, Abdullah, ta'al, let's go. Ta'alaw, come on, or come. Ila kalimatin, come to a word. Sawa'in, to a. Sawa means equal, but here it's going to be like a just or a fair word, right? A just word. Sawa'in, sawa means equal, like this is equal to that. Like we have the word hal yastawi alladhina ya'lamuna walladhi la ya'lamun. Are they equal? The one who knows and the one who doesn't know. Sawa'in here means equal, but here it means come to a just word, a fair word, an equal word, right? We're on equal footing. That means we're just and we're fair, right? Ta'alaw ila kalimatin sawa'in. Come to a just word, baynana wa baynakum, between us and you. As we said, whenever we use these pronouns, na and kum, then we have to use bayna twice. But if we were to say bayna Muhammad wa Abdullah, then we would only have to use one bain. But if we use pronouns, then we have to say bainana wa bainakum. Right? Come to a just word. Ta'alaw ila kalimatin sawa'in bainana wa bainakum. Come to a just word between us and you. Allah, meaning and plus la, that. And then a negation. Na'buda because of the la, right? That we do not worship, that we worship. And that na'buda, that we worship. And la na'buda, that we don't worship. Illallah, except Allah. Wa la nushrika, and we won't make partners, we won't associate bihi, with him, shay'an, anything. Wa la yattakhidha, and that he won't take, but we'll figure that out because yattakhidha is going to a third person. Right? What do we mean? Ba'dan, ba'duna ba'dan. Ba'duna ba'dan, meaning some of us will not take others. And we're talking about the third person here. So we're not necessarily talking about us because we're saying some of us. Not me, not you, but some of us. So we're going to the third person there. وَلَا يَتَّخِذَ بَعْدُنَا بَعْضًا, that some of us will not take others, arbaban, as lords, the plural of Rabb, arbab, the plural of Rabb. We will not take, some of us will not take others, arbaban min dunillah, as lords besides Allah, as lords from other than Allah, as lords besides Allah. فَإِن تَوَلَّوْا, so if tawallow, from waw, lam, ya, but form 2, right, with the shadda on the lam, tawallow. So if they turn away, walla is to run away or to turn away, to flee, to escape. So if they turn away, faqulu, then all of you say, this is a command to a group of people, faqulu ashhadu, ashhadu, you guys bear witness. Then you say to them, you guys bear witness, right? You're commanding them, you bear witness, bi anna, that we Muslimun, we are Muslims, we are those who submit to Allah. Is that clear?
Not the last one. Bi anna.
Our time is almost over.
I know.
I'm
I'm adding a few seconds to it so you can, so say it again, Abdullah.
Bi anna, you're saying that we are.
Bi anna. Okay, first off, yeah, ashhadu, what do they testify? Ashhadu bi. This is B, this is what you're going to testify to. This B is going to be testified to, right? And that we.
Oh, so the B stand for two.
Yeah, here it does, yes.
Okay, that we testify to that we. Okay.
Right. You're going to testify.
Because I'm looking at it as, with or in. That's what threw me out. Okay.
Right. But basically, what are you testifying to? Ashhadu bi. You're going to testify with the fact that, right?
Okay.
Like that.
All right. Oh, that's what I was trying to get clear. I got it now. With, because that's what I was looking at. Testify with, but now I see with that we are Muslims. I got it.
Right. We'll stop here, inshallah ta'ala, and then tomorrow we'll start there, we'll finish this paragraph and read it, and so on and so forth. We might even be able to finish, Allah knows best, the Al-Martabat-ul-Ula, which is Islam, and go to Al-Martabat-ul-Thani, which is Iman. Allah knows best. طيب.
طيب.
See y'all tomorrow. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.